Good day, it is Stephen Davids here, and in this video I want to show you how to teach multiplication to grades 1 to grades 3. This is also for someone who struggles with multiplication. The first thing is that multiplication, the numbers 1 to 12 and 1 to 10 is very important, because we cannot do the exercises with the small numbers. You will not be able to do the exercises later on in your development with bigger numbers. So you must master these small little numbers. The second thing is that drills are heavily frowned upon in our outcomes-based education in South Africa, but basic drills are still important, and it is emphasized in other countries. The fact is, the child must understand the underlying multiplication principles, namely that multiplication is multiple addition, etc. If the child understands that, after understanding that, the thing must still be drilled in, because multiplication of the basic elements are basically like drills in military. That's your weapon. You don't need to think about it, you just grab it. Then at the foundation stage, the principle of concreteness must be kept to. Let the learner first understand multiplication means concretely, what it means. 5 coins, 5 things in a row, times 2, etc., etc. But the concreteness, a child must learn and know and understand the basic element. That you must be held on to. First let them understand it, then you develop further. And a very important aid is a multiplication chart. If you do not have one, you can simply make one on a thing like Excel, or you can download it from the internet, or you can ask someone to make it for you. You use a multiplication chart so that the child can discover multiplication, skip counting, switching numbers does not affect the outcome of the multiplication, and times 10 is simply adding a 0. For example, let me show. As a child says, oh, you multiply here, skip count, for example, let's go to the number 2. Skip count is simply 2, 4, 6, 8, and also down 2, 4, 6, 8. And what does it actually mean? If you get 2, it is your second time that you count 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. And the third time that you count 2 gives you 6, and it is 3 times 2 is 6. So this is, the child must understand that skip counting is basically multiplication, the same thing. And then also that if you add a 0, what do you see at 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 10 times 3 is 30. What do you see here in this column? Every time you multiply a thing times 10, it is just add a 0. Let the child also remember and understand and realize the switching of the numbers, the commutative element of multiplication, namely 4 times 5 equals 20, or 4 times 5 equals 20, the same thing. The range for the year in grade 2 is, due to the COVID times, is numbers 1 to 5, and then also the tens that the child must know, and that it's 1 times up to 12, 2 times what up to 12, whatever. That is the range. And the order in which you learn this multiplication is very important, because it is more a fact that it is easier for the child to know 1 times something, and 2 times something, and 10 times something, 5 times, and 3 and 4 are the more difficult ones. So thereafter, apparently, it becomes easier. Now, how do you teach it? You first practice skip counting. And you have your multiplication chart there. In this example, we use 3 as in 0, start at 0, or 0, 1, then is 3, 6, 9. Let the child follow on the chart. Thereafter, start then multiplication. Until the child is very good in knowing the numbers forward and back. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, as fast as possible, as you can say. And then from 36 backwards, 36, 33, 30, 27, 24. Fast as possible. Thereafter, you start then with the multiplication as a number. 1 times 3 as a rhythm. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. And until the child knows it, and then very fast as he can. 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 3 is 12, 5 times 3 is 15. As fast as possible as he can. And when he masters that, then you go switch it around. First the order, and then start switching it around. 1 times 3 is what? 3. 3 times 3 is what? 9. 7 times 3 is what? 21. And so let him call it until you're a little more fluent it. And if I have that, then you switch it around. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 3 is 9. You turn around the numbers. Not only 3 times that, but 9 times 3 is what? 27. 10 times 3 is what? Change it around. And then if you have managed to change it around 3 times that, or then also x times 3, you go follow the next step, and the next step is 30. You incorporate previous knowledge that you have. Okay, now is the 3 times table. Maybe you've done the 5 times table before. Asking 5 times 5 is what? 2 times 4 is what? You can know these things. Then 3 times 3 is what? Which you learned just now. So, in other words, you slowly incorporate this existing knowledge with the new knowledge. And then you crown off everything with word problems. The reason is word problems, maths is about real world, what's going on in the world. The child must also always know to draw the line between theory and what's going on around him. I have 6 5-cent coins. How much money do I have? 5 times 6 times 5 is 30. I've got 3 apples in a bag. I have 7 bags. How many apples do I have? 3 times 7, 21. So the child must learn to relate the maths with the real world. That is ultimately what it is about, but that will help the child. You follow this method for right through everything you do up to 6 to 12. He must master the basis, because if he doesn't master the basis, he won't be able to do the other things later on. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe.